Hello, everybody. Happy Friday to all of you out there. Who's getting that bonus today? Hope you're making that money. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. Yeah, I'm channeling my inner Connor Brennan with the lack of buttons happening today, but that's okay. It's Casual Friday. No button, Dave. And we have Roby eating nails. Roby let go unceremoniously, might I add, on the premiere episode of Bachelorette. Roby eats nails. Magician, brother of Lily Sobieski, is that her name? Lila. Anyway, he's an accomplished magician. He's got quite a little resume there. He's a consultant for David Blaine. One of those magicians. Either way, he goes on Talking It Out podcast and eats a handful of nails. So if that's not a weird Friday story for you, I don't know what is. Follow me on Instagram at DNails. I'm live right now on Patreon. Hey, Patreon members, give me a little improv for this video. How about you shout out a 1 or 2 word suggestion? I'll try to work it into this video. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys that magic trick where he swallows some nails. And also, if you want to go check out some other interesting happenings from my evening last night, I played these videos in their entirety on the Patreon, and they are just I went to see my buddy Brighton's concert last night. So if you want to check out those videos, Brighton's dating Cassie Randolph, good power couple in Bachelor Nation. Other Bachelor alumni were there too. It was a good show. It was a good time. If you want the full review of that, I'll give that to you guys on the Patreon. Go check that out. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. Oh, and I owe the Patreon the Vintage Dave edit. I'm going to have that by this afternoon. That's just going to be a video. Hey, I'll just show you right now. It's going to be this video right here that I put together. Here are all the different clips. You want to see? I'll tell you what. I'll give this to you right now. Everyone always asks, Dave, how long you cover The Bachelor? This was 7 years ago. And look at this intro. Okay, hello. This is my first review of Bachelor Season 20 with Ben Higgins. I normally have a nice studio where I like to talk into in the warmth, but I'm stuck at my girlfriend's family's house in Kentucky. No longer a girlfriend, now a fiance. In 2 months, a wife, if she says yes. Will she say yes? I'm assuming, because it's a lot of money to get married. You know? Okay. All right. So anyway, let's get into the 3 clips I'm going to be playing, and we're going to end with Roby swallowing nails, not a metaphor. All right, here we go.
Magic usually play well with the ladies.
Is that your go-to, what we saw on TV?
Honestly, first of all, I had so much magic ready down the line, which was actually the magic. Like the stuff
we missed out. We missed out on all the magic, Mike.
You missed out on fun stuff. You missed out on, I do a thing, I eat nails, and I was like planning, I was just imagining just eating, like being in the room with the guys and the guys being like, oh, like they're on a date with blah, 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 blah.
I love magicians because they're very much like comedians. So he worked in the fact, he's like, I eat nails. And then a minute later, he's like, hey, I got some nails here right behind his, would you like to see me eat some nails? And it's like, look, I think you're going to eat nails regardless. I think we'd like to see you eating nails. But to answer your question you didn't ask, yeah, eat the nails.
What they're doing. And I've just been there eating my nails casually, like nails, like hardware, like this type of nail, not like fingernails.
I got a friend who's named Carl Coppertop. He's one of the best close-hand magicians in the world, and he'll always invite Tasha and myself to the Magic Castle. You need invite only. It's kind of like a fraternity of magicians. You have to wear a suit and tie. You have to dress up nice. No cell phones. Everything's just like in the moment. It's fantastic. You sit around this kind of snuffy little place. You drink your scotch. It's totally fun. I love the culture of magic so much. But boy, it must suck to travel. Can you imagine going through TSA? Why do you got a bag of nails? I'm going to swallow them. Why are you swallowing? I'm a magician. You going to do some magic for me? Well, if I swallow the nails, I got to go through the security machine. It's going to blow up my ovaries or whatever,
No, and I just thought that would have been fun. And I had this amazing trick basically where I light a candle and then, I can keep my hand in the flames. Then I would ask the Bachelorette to put her hands in the flames, and it's obviously too hot. But then if I grabbed her other hand, she could keep her hands in the flames.
Oh, bro, I would have loved to see that one.
I tell you what, like I'm not eating a bag of nails. I'll eat some refried beans. That'll be my magic trick. Watch me eat these refried beans. I'll smuggle some grapes if anything, but not going to get out there and eat hardware. I don't know about you guys. If you sell something at Ace Hardware, I'm probably not going to swallow it. Anyway, so let's get into the next so here he is. So Roby Sobieski, he said officially the first group to recognize me in public from Bachelorette. This ratio is much more enjoyable though. And there he is. Are you born with a sleight of hand? That's the first magic trick. You just come out of the womb like ta-da, ready to go. So anyway, real shame he got sent home. I mean, imagine how much fun that would be to be like, all right, like Gabby Gabby goes on a one-on-one and the guy's like, oh man, Gabby's like, what, you don't want to go on the one-on-one with me? It's like, no, I want to go on the one-on-one with you. I just, Roby was going to levitate us. If, can we do the one-on-one date after Roby levitates us? We're trying to do a little bit of, anyway. All right. Or how about a fun fantasy suite? He's like, would you like protection? She's like, we don't have any. He just pulls a rubber out of her ear. Here you go. All right. So here's Roby further discussing his career as a magician. Then I'll play the nail smuggling there.
You actually might be the very first magician to grace our screens. When did you start to learn magic, and when did you know that you wanted to do this full time?
I think, first of all, it's funny. I think I am the first magician on it. 2 seasons back, or 3 seasons back, I was watching it. The season before Katie's season, I was watching it, and some guy came out in a straitjacket. And I'm like, God damn it, another magician. And then he just stayed in the straitjacket the entire night. I'm like, oh.
That was a trick.
Yeah. He just learned the first half of magic. He's like, I got into the bind. I don't know how to get out of the bind. Look, magic's not easy. This ain't sunflowers and sausage suits. You got to take years to learn this. Like magic's just like comedy. You suck until you don't. You know what I mean? Like someone on Reddit said that I was a failed comedian. And my response to that, I was like, wait. Oh, nice. You know my name. Like that was a kind of a good feeling. Failed comedian. You know how long it takes for strangers to consider you failed? I went from like a promising comedian to a failed comedian in like a nice fell swoop. It was kind of nice. It took 10 long years, to become a, failed comedian. Okay, let's get into it.
That was the trick. But honestly, magic, it's everybody has the same story. It's, everybody.
Dad didn't pay attention to me.
That box of magic's a child. And magicians are those who didn't put that box away. Because, there's all been a Christmas or a Hanukkah or Kwanzaa where somebody's received like that box. And I'm sure you both have had that box at some moment in your life and or a trick deck or whatever. But I just continued with it my entire life and just always loved it. And it was kind of a hobby and a passion, which somehow turned into a job. And I've had wonderful opportunities because of it. I've got to travel around the world. I've got to perform in amazing places such as, Rwanda, the Great Wall of China.
Rwanda.
I've got to work for David Blaine. I went on 2 national 40-city tours with David Blaine.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I've got to do some movie consulting as well for it. So I was actually like the sleight of hand consultant for the latest Harley Quinn movie, whereas, for example, you can actually see it was like Harley Quinn's business card in the movie. And
I kind of just wish, as a magician, he would make a good microphone appear.
One girl, she was like making it come in and out of her hands, like so.
So was there like a point where you knew it's like, holy shit, like I'm good at this? Like, what was that like one like light bulb moment in your magic career?
It's kind of...
Well, he was playing sports, and all of a sudden he made a hockey puck disappear. And he was like, oh my gosh, we got some dirty magic happening here.
I don't know.
It's only dirty magic if you already made the refried beans disappear. Guys, come on.
It's like one moment. It's just like a slow progression. It's a slow buildup, It's you get all that information, and then when does that confidence come from? I'm like, you're a doctor, right?
Yeah.
And it's like probably the first... When you started, like probably in your undergrad.
Hold on. Hold on. Did I miss that? He goes, you're a doctor, right?
Get all that information, and then when does that confidence come from? I'm like, you're a doctor, right?
Yeah.
He said, well, I mean, some people think so, some people don't. It's chiropractic. It's kind of a quack science, really.
And it's like...
By the way, I got a show tonight, and I'm doing a joke about being a failed comedian and about chiropractors. I have that joke about chiropractors. Like, why are chiropractors anti-vaxxers? Like, they don't trust medicine because medicine doesn't trust them. That's kind of the whole crux of the joke. And then I tell the whole audience of chiropractors they got bent out of shape, and it's like, all right, we pinched a nerve, you know what I mean? Tag after tag, best of 22. Is this a best of 2022? I can't tell if this video is good or not. We'll have to see. I think just for the fact that he's going to swallow nails might make this in the running for best of 2022.
Probably the first, when you started, like probably in your undergrad, when you were pre-med, you were, like you knew a little bit more about health than the average bear, but once you start learning those questions, people start asking you for medical advice.
Our friend Natalie in the Patreon says, I would love to be friends with a magician. They would be fun at parties and make people disappear for me. Yeah, I think you want like a wizard, really, or like that's more of like a Harry Potter thing, like, friend us, delete us, I don't know.
Right, and there's probably a moment. There's a lot of moments where you're like, I don't really know, and then suddenly there's that moment kind of where you start to having more I knows than I don't know. And it's not really an instantaneous moment, but just kind of all those times connecting together and creating.
And practice, basically, just you repetitive practice. Yeah.
No, when you talk about that idea, like I made fun of the fact that it took me 10 years to become an overnight failure. Myelin is a enzyme that wraps around your neural pathways, and the more you practice, like playing a note on a piano or whatever it is, the more you practice something, it sends this. Like literally, it hardens the highway, the superhighway for your brain to access something. That's why you see some guy who's like good at bass. He's like, how do I play that bass? Boom. Got it. And then he's like, and the next thing you know, he's jamming out because like in his brain, he's just like ready to go. He's got good muscle memory. So the more he learns, the more he knows, and the bigger that the kind of wealth of knowledge becomes because he's just operating so strongly that part of his brain. And the same goes for like a comic doing crowd work or a magician learning sleight of hand tricks. The better you can sort of work with the harmony, the orchestra of your full body. The point being is that we look at someone who's like a great magician and we go, I can never do magic. Now I got a friend who tried stand-up comedy. And she was like, oh man, stand-up comedy's hard because she saw all the pros doing it. Then she went to an open mic and she goes, oh man, open mic, you can see that. It's like, you can see, when you see the bad version of something, you go, I can do that. And then slowly over time, you get better and better. Perfection is the enemy of good is the point. And we need to make sure if we're ever pursuing anything that we just take one step at a time. Don't be too hard on yourself. But, if you do have something you want to pursue, like, all right, I'm 47. I'm a grandma now. My kids are I want to learn piano. Learn piano. Access that part of the brain. You'll literally live longer the more you can sort of keep on finding ways to challenge yourself. Our good friend Dana in the chat just bought Tasha and I several dozen tennis balls and a tennis ball hopper, and we've been playing tennis. And I'm like, physically this is good, but mentally we're doing different hand-eye coordination, like finding new ways to stay young and free.
Yeah, that 10,000 hours of work.
10,000 hours. So there it is. All right, here it is. You asked for it. We're eating nails, baby. All right, clear out the old boulder holder. We're getting ready for it. Let's see if this. All right, 6 minutes.
Disgusting or not disgusting?
You gotta discuss.
Whatever. Yeah,
you gotta discuss. This is audio and visual. You gotta discuss.
Whatever the audience will enjoy more.
Can you guys see this thread?
Yes.
Thread.
Is it visible?
No.
I can
but not
see
good. Barely.
I can see
barely.
Okay, there you go.
You can kind of see the thread. I'm going to bunch it up. You can see it, yes?
Yes.
Yes, I see it in your hand, yes.
Now, did he eat it? That's the question. All right.
So, for those listening, he is chugging some water.
Yeah, this is
right
not
now.
good
He
for
put the
me.
thread in his mouth.
Up.
The
Yes.
thread,
Put the thread in his
string in his mouth, and is drinking water.
This is on the spot, too.
That's how magic works.
It's a long thread.
I like Mike's sort of joy right now. All right.
Now I'm showing my mouth.
Okay,
Empty.
good.
The thing is, thread is almost scary to me. Like I said, I chew nails. When you chew nails, like it's like when I swallow them, I maintain them over here, and so I can almost feel the weight. But thread, I'm always scared that it's going to get tangled up in some way. Actually, I got a doctor here. Like I should be afraid from swallowing thread, right? Or not really? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about that, but I wouldn't be swallowing thread.
Okay.
Show us the trick.
Then let's see the thing. I'm gonna try to
Pulls
do
it
this.
out of his ass. He's got Charlotte's Web just farting out of his. Okay.
Camera up. Again, I wish you guys were here because it's more fun as a medical doctor.
Is he gonna get it out of his belly button?
Coming down. Because I would have you. Can you guys see? This is actually real skin. I wish you would go check it out. But
I believe
tell
you.
me.
Wait, are you pulling that out of your?
No, this dude did not just do
Wow.
that. Wow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this man has pulled this.
Wait a second. Oh, but you know what? You can see it down here. All right, I'm not trying to ruin his
Thread.
ring.
A thread out of a hair follicle in his lower abdomen.
He swallowed thread.
And there's no blood. There's no nothing. And,
And again, I appreciate it. I hate nothing more than people who try to like ruin other people's tricks. I appreciate the trick. Now, but what's funny to me is you have to go in. Like, does this mean when he goes out at night, he sticks the thread in, right? Because that's what this. And no, I'm not. I think this is great. I think this is fantastic. You have to, as a magician, imagine like you're with your lady, you're getting ready to go out to dinner, and she's like, "What's taking so long?" And you're like, "I gotta set up the props in case I have to do magic for people later." You know, it's a lot. But you gotta love ladies too. They can be very cynical once they know their guys' tricks. Like right, ladies, like men, not gender based, but as a guy, right? Like if I have a funny story, but Tasha's already heard the story before, she's like, "Oh, this story again." I'm like, "This story made you fall in love with me, Tasha." She's like, "Yeah, but now I know how it ends." And it's like the same thing with magicians, where the guy's like, "Oh, honey, what are you gonna pack you're gonna pack your thread for your little magic tricks?" It's like, "Yeah, babe, that's what I'm doing." "Oh yeah, honey, you gonna bring your nails to the little thing?" "Yeah, that's what I'm gonna." All right, keep it going.
This is not fake skin. There's no rubber cement. None of that stuff.
How did you do this in front of our faces? Wow, I'm dumbfounded. That was amazing.
He's been on camera the entire time.
I know, like
There's
that was amazing. Did you anticipate that we would ask you to do a trick?
A magician's always prepared.
There we go. I love it. Hey, so you understand Brian with the
He
abs. There you
stays
go.
ready.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to get ready
Here, we'll
there.
show you a little bit of this too, if you wanna.
What is that? A coin? What'd you just see?
It's a nail.
These are nails.
Oh, these are nails. Oh wow. Okay, ladies and
not a
gentlemen,
dentist,
he's
but I'm sure your dentist
swallowing
hates you.
nails. Taking a little swig, swallowing nails.
They're not dissolving in the water. If you
I'm
think they
going
dissolve,
to
they're solid.
Roby, you're 100% going on Bachelor in Paradise. I don't care who I got to talk to. You're going.
Make it happen.
I will. I don't know how. I'm nobody, but you are going.
He literally just swallowed nails, ladies and gentlemen.
I believe that.
Is that going to come out of your abdomen too?
No.
What are you doing? Oh God, he's got a box of nails
Bro.
now.
This episode brought to you by Home Depot.
I
He's
can't
eating-
imagine being your parent as
He's
your
eating
kids
this like it's
practicing these.
popcorn.
He's gonna swallow some wood next and shit out an IKEA bookshelf.
You went home way
Yeah, this is
too
a-
See,
soon.
this is what we.
This is the best of 2022.
Hey, I'm mad at Gabby and
America.
Rachel now. Come on.
America missed out on this.
So now I don't know if
Hey,
he's
maybe I have to
actually
spark.
eating.
This isn't the most sexual thing to look at.
Man has a mouthful of metal nails right now.
Yeah. Now, is that
Taking it down.
alkaline water? Is that spring water? Is it water matter?
It doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter. He's gargling the nails.
We've
My,
never
my,
had someone gargle.
my guess is that he swallowed the first one, but not that bunch.
That's all you get out.
So that's alkaline water, actually. I have a filter under the sink that I set up.
It makes the nails go down better.
Yeah, you know.
It does.
Good.
It does. And I do. These are galvanized nails, so they don't rust, which is kind
They don't
of
rust.
good.
That's good.
All right. So
Yeah,
where
you
are the
don't
nails
you don't
now?
want
What
tetanus in the butt.
happens to the nails?
They're here until I bring them up.
Oh, okay, no, we're gonna.
So
we're
you
gonna,
just
we're gonna leave that. We're gonna-
regurgitate the nails?
Yeah.
This is what I
No,
love about
or-
this is that like this is fun for these guys, but does this equal like attraction on any level? I don't know. Maybe. I'm sure there are women that love a good sleight of hand trick, if you know what I mean. But fun regardless for a
We'll
Friday.
leave them there, and I want to continue with the pod in the episode, and then we're just randomly going to say, "Hey, nails."
Well, no, it happens. I sometimes.
Oh, now hold on a second. Hold on. Sarah in the Patreon says, "Nah, he didn't swallow any of them, but here he goes. Here he goes."
Like they just keep coming back. Right? And you don't.
Now, okay, they loving it. Look at it.
Settles. It's like a cough. You know. From now on, it's actually I don't have full control when they come up. It's just more of like I feel them. Like it's bothering me. It's got to come up.
Fair. I'm glad that you do that. So glad that you do that. How many nails did you just swallow?
That was a good 20 nails, I feel like.
Like rough.
Yeah.
More?
I wasn't counting, it's just more shoving them in. It's like if I were to ask you how many Skittles did you eat? You don't know. Once you start, you don't stop.
My man Roby just compared eating nails to eating Skittles.
How do you get a
Well, again, imagine that.
My
Imagine
question
that,
is
though.
how do you get health insurance when they're like, do you have any pre-medical, any medical conditions? Do you smoke? No, I don't smoke. I eat nails once in a while, and they're like, well, are they galvanized? Either galvanized. Okay, well, okay. All right, well, that's the episode. I hope you guys are having a good one. Go check out Roby Sobieski for all of his magic. And if you want any of my magic, I'll be telling jokes tonight and next Thursday and Friday in Los Angeles. Plenty of stand-up coming your way at Neal's. And also, Patreon. I got a lot of tea coming out today. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. Go check out those episodes. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye!